So, hello family. Um, I'm coming here because I need some clarity on something. Now, y'all know that, the Galapagos, the cat's been licking my nose, and here she comes. Okay then. Hello, Empress. See, I'm doing a share. You can't be up here while I'm doing the share, baby. Say hi. Say hi. You can't have the phone. You can't have the phone. Okay, gonna put you down for a little bit, and then we can cuddle later, okay? Okay, mommy loves you. There you go. Find your toy. Where's your toy, baby? Where's your toy? Hold on, wait. I got something you can taste. I found the toy. Woo! So, I need some clarity on this here. I need to know if it was 150,000 gallons of oil or 600,000 gallons of oil. Because if you look on the UK Daily Mail, which usually tells the truth, even amid all the fuck shit they do say, they usually tell the truth of the matter. UK Daily Mail says on December 23rd, the crude oil tanker coming from the San Cristobal in the Galapagos Islands dropped 150,000 gallons of oil off the coast of San Cristobal. But if you go to like CNN or DW News or MSNBC News or any other known to lie, maybe I think even Fox News said that it was only 600 gallons of crude oil that was dumped. I say it was dumped. I'm not finna sit up here and say we accidentally dumped all this deedly oil that everybody need in the world off the coast of, one of the World Heritage sites, that's supposed to be protecting this island because, it's home to some, 30,000 or so species that are not found anywhere else on the motherfucking planet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cussing. But I'm very, very, very tired of this fuck shit. Sorry for cussing. And I'm very, very, very tired of what they're doing here. Baby, where's your toy? I'm very tired of it. I've been sitting up here watching this stuff since before Fukushima. I wrote my high school exit papers on disasters, from oil spills to radioactive spills, radioactive leaks, radioactive nuclear plant meltdowns, to um, even the Vera chip that they finna try and make everybody take. Alright? And there's a video online where the guy who made the motherfucking chip talks about how when he designed the chip, he designed it to have a tungsten battery because the tungsten battery is less likely to blow up than the lithium battery, the ion lithium battery that all our phones have at the moment, that people iPhones have blown up on them. People Huawei phones have blown up on them. People Samsung phones, their Galaxy Notes and shit them blown up on them. Just, what I'm saying, in their pockets while they sleeping in the bed, while they driving down the road, And who's to say that wasn't targeted technology that they was experimenting on with these people? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, and the crazy thing is none of these people went after some type of reparations for, damn near having their lives taken from the company that they bought this technology from. All right. But let's not get into that. I need to know exactly how many gallons of oil was spilled off the coast of the Galapagos Islands. And then you have sites like DU News or what's the name of the other one? CNN News, talking about somehow no species were harmed in the spilling of all this oil. Okay, the day it happened, they had motherfucking seabirds, water birds with oil covering their motherfucking feathers. Alright, so what was that? A stock photo? That was just some photo of some other oil spill that happened somewhere else? Huh? And if there were no species there, are they all dead? Did Fukushima already kill them off? We need to know these things. Okay? I mean, I did, school projects and stuff on the Galapagos Islands. You know what I'm saying? Off the coast of Sumatra. I know where the motherfucking islands are located. Alright? I know where Komodo Island is located. That's connected to the Galapagos Islands. Alright? Did a project on that too. But we're not talking about the Komodo dragons. We're talking about the Galapagos Islands. And if the Galapagos turtle is in the more dire straits, which I'm pretty sure they are, than what they were already dealing with Fukushima. Okay? So, who's lying? Is CNN lying? Or is the Daily Mail lying? Was it 600 gallons or was it 150,000 gallons? I'm going to make the post, the thumbnail for this video. I'm going to make it, I'm going to do my best to make it the picture of the two different news sites talking about how much oil was spilled off the coast of the Galapagos Islands. I'm going to do my best to do that. I'm sorry. I got cat hair in my mouth. Also, I want to give a big shout out to my new subscribers. I got a couple in the last couple days. YouTube keep, trying to scare people. Because you know how you go on your YouTube and you look under one of the community posts of whatever, channel you're subscribed to, and where it says subscribe is not, so it doesn't have the subscribe checked. It's like you never subscribed. It's like it says subscribe and you're like, but I'm already subscribed. When you go to that channel of that YouTuber, you see that you're still subscribed. You see that the bell is still checked. But when you go on the community post they just posted, it shows you is not subscribed. So, yeah, I got a problem with that. But thank y'all for subscribing to me. Tim Martin, who works with Kevin Blanche, you know what I'm saying? Post Ignorance Army, you know what I'm saying? Stand strong. And I got a couple of other ones, but I know Tim Martin is the newest one. Tim, start making videos, bro. We need your videos. We need your voice. You started on, Kevin's channel. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Kevin wouldn't have a problem with you doing something on your own channel, speaking out against all the stuff that we know that's going on. Like the Doma, what is it called? Doma something. It's a protein. It's like a prion, and it's found right now prevalent in crabs and probably a lot of the fish too, like salmon. I'm not sure, but I know for sure certain Tim Martin said it's in the crabs, which is it basically eats holes in your nervous system. Now, if you know anything about prion diseases, they eat holes in your brain. All right, so this is like Cruford Jacobs disease on 10 million. Okay, it's not just eating holes in your brain; it's eating holes throughout your entire nervous system. Okay, so yeah, there's that. He needs to. I think Tim Martin, you should make a video on that to explain that a little bit more. Maybe Go if you have any friends that are like experts, marine biologist experts, or crustacean experts, um, to speak that are willing to speak out about it, you know, on your channel. Maybe do like an interview, or you could even do it with Kevin Blanche, because I mean, I myself am interested in different diseases and whatnot. I wanted to become a virologist until I read like you know I started getting into the conspiracy theory, you dig, and yeah. I've read the first book that made me want to get into virology was what was it? The Hot Zone by Robert Preston, where he speaks on the fact that there is an American form of Ebola called Ebola restin that nobody knows about. Because one woman who worked for, at Quantico for the CDC out in, seeing that way on the East Coast, um, she was, she had somehow carried some of the virus home on her clothes or something, and they tested her blood and it had Ebola, but the Ebola was non-reactive, which made them think that, Ebola didn't affect, excuse me, Caucasian people or white people, but it does. There's a doctor who went over there for Doctors Without Borders, to I think he was in Ken Canada. There's a lab research facility that is owned by Bill Gates over there in I think it was in Nigeria, Liberia. Yeah. So anyway, um he came back over here after he did what he was doing over there, and they found out that he had Ebola. That's the remember the dude they took down to Atlanta, and they had everybody in suits running into the Atlanta hospital. And I'm like, I hope they don't have any other people in the hospital. And how are they getting rid of this man's waste? Are they just letting it go into, the regular waste of the community, you know? So yeah, there's that. And then they found out like 6 months later he still had it in his eye and in his semen. That Ebola was still found. So there's that. So and I also read a book called recently in the last like 3 years called Dr. Mary's Monkey by Edward T. S. Lamb, in which he talks about the vaccinations and how the vaccinations cause people to become infected with the monkey virus, SV40, which basically destroyed people's immune systems. Um, and then, he was he had said a little something about Roundup. And he was talking about, in the book, Dr. Mary's Monkeys, talking about all the secret labs in America. If you don't quit, stop. All the secret labs in America where they were doing these experiments on monkeys, in these apartment buildings, especially down in Louisiana. And I myself, I wanted to go to Tulane because I wanted to be a veterinary doctor, an animal doctor, and Tulane was one of the best, other than, the state of Illinois, University of Illinois, um, school, that was one of the best schools for veterinary medicine. Um, so I didn't do any of that because I don't know, somewhere in me, I just knew none of that would help. Not even if I tried. And people say, well, you still have to try. And I'm like, well, let me find a different way. Let me find a better way to try. That's why I really got into the homeopathic, holistic, what I'm saying, things to do for yourself, to help heal yourself. Um, I'm an animal lover. I've loved animals all my life. I was 9 years old trying to save a pigeon with my big sister from the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Um, there was a pigeon across the street that was being attacked by crows, and I saw it, and I was like, we have to do something. So I ran across the street under the pavilion because it belonged to the Big Girls and Big Boys Club of I mean not the Big Girls and Boys Club of America. That's who it belonged to, and I was just like, we have to do something. So I ran over and I got it, and me and my foster sister, we scared away the crows, and we got the pigeon, and we ran back, and then my big sister drove us to um not the Humane Society, the Wildlife Preservation Society, basically, because they also doubled as animal control. So he took them there, and we handed the pigeon to them, and then we went out, for ice cream. I felt really good. Why? Get away from me! Ow, that hurt it. Ow, little girl. Anyway, it's crazy because she just jumped up on me without using her claws, and now she want to use her claws to get my attention, I guess. So she always does this when I'm doing something. Like a baby. I just can't. I give her some wet food or something later. Anyway, so I've always had this, affinity for animals and helping animals and doing what I can for animals. And I just now it's blossomed into, I don't want to do what I can for animals. I also want to do what I can for all life, for people too, because I realize we're all hurting, and the people who are causing us to hurt are the ones that the majority of people won't even finger. You know what I'm saying? In a lineup. You know, all the ones with all the money, all the ones with all the clout, all the ones with all this status, and these politicians and these boardroom members, and who have lived a life of nepotistic. I don't know if that's a word. If it's not, I just made up a new word for nepotism. Nepotistic, swinging door, revolving door, privilege. They've lived this all their life, this privilege. I mean, Ben Carson, how is he the motherfucker? Excuse my language. I am going to curse. Disclaimer, this is copper. This is not for children. Alright? This is for grown adults who are ready to take the responsibility to take back their children from y'all motherfucking asses. That's who this is for. All the rest of you gone somewhere. Anyway, get out our way, or please just join this cause, because you know what I'm saying. We don't want y'all to be on the opposite side when this goes down. We want y'all to be on the right side, the side of those who actually did their research and did their work. They did their due diligence. That's how I'm sitting up here, talking about, what the hell happened off the Galapagos Islands. Was it 600 gallons or 150,000 gallons? Why motherfucking news is lying like the fuck they always been doing to us, even though the Glass-Steagall motherfucking act, or what was it, Glass-Steagall? No, it wasn't Glass-Steagall. It was what was it? Was it Smith-Mund? I got so much going on in my head. The act that said that the United States could not use propaganda against us like was done to the German people in 1933 and 1934 during the motherfucking World War with Hitler, what Hitler was doing, using propaganda against those people for them to turn on the Jews and get him to start trying to usurp and annex different lands over there in Europe. All right, that's the act I'm talking about. That was repealed like way back in 2009, 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, we're gonna take away this act so if the government can use the motherfucking can use the news media to tell you whatever the fuck they want. They can piss on your head and tell you it's raining. They can shit on your head and tell you it's snowing. They can spit on your head and tell you it's hailing, and you don't have the resources to prove them wrong. Or do you? because you can think and you got a brain. But you can't. They won't let you know that. They just gonna tell you you don't have the resources because you don't have the money, you don't have the clout, you don't have the status. And people just sit up here and they listen to them. Stop listening to the ones who are trying to take you out, that are telling you this is that and thus is so. Stop believing them and thinking that what they say is fucking gold. It's like it's the word that is sustaining you. Because I'm letting you know right now, it's not. It's the truth of the lie. You know what I'm saying? Or it's the lie, you know what I'm saying, that they tell you. And they're working for the truth of the lie. There's the truth, but he ain't nowhere in the media right now. Not this mainstream fuck shit that can't decide whether it was 150,000 gallons or 600 gallons that's fell into the Galapagos Islands or around the sea in the Galapagos Islands. Okay, off the coast of San Cristobal. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really sick of this confusory fuck shit. Excuse my language. I'm kind of gonna have to stop saying excuse my language because I feel like verbally we have every right to be violent in the right and necessary setting. All right, I feel that way. I do. I don't feel like, okay, how do we have a copper, you know what I'm saying, when we have YouTube kids and then you got all the videos of these little girls running around talking about fuck Trump. These little girls in Girl Scout suits. They talking about fuck Trump. He not their president and all this. But we have to protect children from, this, that, and the third. In certain ways, on certain things, yes. I don't think children should sit up here and be watching transgenders, reading them a fucking story. I don't think they should be doing that. Not at all. And then there was the one, did y'all see the one where the transgender, he made a whoop whoop to and they saw his junk. Not in the back, in the front. Alright? They saw that. The kids, these preschoolers sitting there in front of this sick ass motherfucker saw his motherfucking penis. Alright? And the video's still out there. Like, there's no big deal to it. In California, they're teaching pedophilia and pederasty to the children, to these 15-year-old teenage children. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're teaching the same thing to the children right here in Illinois, because as California goes, as Illinois goes, and as Illinois goes, so does the rest of it starts in Illinois after California. Illinois is a sister state of California. Alright? And that's where I live right now. In this state where there's no love, there's no mercy, there's no care for the people who need it, and the people who are in need, who are ignorant to their own need, want to uphold people who don't give no fuck about them. White, black, or fucking purple colored people who are in need would rather uphold a multi-billion dollar tycoon, child pedophile, okay, talking about he got the best interest at their heart and he don't mean no good to them. I wonder how does my aunt feel right now, dealing with J.B. Pritzker and the Pritzker family. They had billions before that nigga was born. Alright, so he all up in the bubble guts with the fuck shit. Alright? He been there. He's been there. He's laundering money like the rest of them. He's doing what the rest of them do. He's like Bolsonaro. He hid his shit. He says, we know he's a billionaire. What we see, just like it says Bolsonaro has $1 million to his name. I don't believe that fuck shit. Who am I talking about? Jair Bolsonaro out there in the Amazon who didn't give a fuck about the Amazon when it was burning. I'm pretty sure it's still burning right now. To this day, it's still on fire. I'm pretty sure it is. Look his wealth, his net wealth, and you'll see it says he's worth $100,000. $100 is my motherfucking ass. I don't believe you. That nigga been laundering money through the Cayman Islands since motherfucking before he was born. Come on, man. Anyway, I'm tired of being lied to in order to confuse me into not knowing what is the truth and what is not the truth. And honestly, I'm more apt to believe the UK in 150,000 gallons of crude oil being dumped into the sea off the San Cristobal than to believe DW Post or CNN talking about it's only 600 gallons, dumped off the coast. No animals were harmed. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. We don't want to hear that fuck shit. We want the truth. We don't want none of your fuck shit. I ain't one of these motherfuckers who need to be pacified around here. They can't pacify me with a fucking lie. And if you can be pacified with a lie, you don't need to be on my channel. Okay? Seriously. You seriously don't need to be here. You need to go find Mr. Beast or somebody who, you know what I'm saying, doing all these dumbass challenges, giving away, you know what I'm saying, $10,000 worth of or $30,000 worth of Christmas presents, once a year. You know what I'm saying? You need to be over there. You don't need to be here. Alright? Because, see, I don't have that type of money to give away Christmas presents. And if I did, I wouldn't be giving away $30,000 once a year. I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. I'd be doing way more. But because these motherfuckers who we see on this YouTube, just like the motherfuckers we see on this damn TV screen, which is the same thing, you can take your phone and cast your phone to your TV, and now you have YouTube on your TV. Also, you have your internet set up to your TV. So there's another way you have YouTube on your TV. I'm talking about the motherfuckers in the mainstream media, though. They don't own themselves. Just like these motherfuckers on this YouTube right here, they don't own themselves. They don't own the money that they got. Let them say anything truly about the truth and watch how much they they stocks plummet. Okay? Watch how much anything they own motherfucking plummet. Yeah, you want to tell the truth, Mr. Beast? Alright, you can tell the truth, but guess what you ain't gonna do? You ain't gonna get now another motherfucking 1,000 subscribers. You ain't gonna be able to go to a channel that is doing a world record challenge. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but there's a couple channels out there that exist solely for if I don't know if y'all know this, but when you're offline, there's a little dinosaur that you can play the game with that, it runs and it jumps over like cactuses, and when you get far enough, it'll duck under pterodactyls and shit. But they're going for the world record of 1 year of playing this game. And I watch it every now and again, and I go on the channel, and here's Mr. Beast talking about, I just uploaded a new video. This is awesome. This is cool. This is neat. Just uploaded a new video. This is Mr. Beast. Oh, this is awesome. This is cool. I'm like, dude, you seem thirsty. Calm down. You're a thirsty ass. You got over a certain amount of subscribers already. You got, you know what I'm saying, how much money do you have that you don't own that could be taken from you at any time? Alright, your fame could be snuffed out like that. Like that. And that goes before any of these other performers, YouTubers, anybody else. Look at what they did to all these people. Look at what they did to Prince. Look at what they did to Michael Jackson. Look at what they did to name a person. I mean, they did it to Tina Turner. They did it to what's her name? Whitney Houston and Whitney Houston's daughter. Okay, that was a twofer. And I believe that Bobby has something to do with his daughter's death. Honestly. Let's see, who else did they do it to? They did it to other people too. I'm not saying that all of the entertainers that have been lost, in this fuck shit, in the rituals and shit they have to do. I'm not saying all of them have been killed. Who are we to say that? I honestly believe some of them, especially these new ones, get tired of having to do the rituals, get tired of having to, you know what I'm saying, go and be amongst their fans, and get tired of all that fuck shit, and they just, feel like, oh, I'm finna off myself, but I'm not really finna off myself. I'm just finna go into the underground where they still have to do rituals because now they know too much, and either they do the rituals or they really get the fuck off. They really die. You see what I'm saying? So there's that. There's no escaping from them, especially when they fake their deaths. All right. So anyway, yeah. Sorry to go off on the tangent, but I mean that is all connected to this. They don't own themselves. You know, talk about chasing after false idols. There you go. Anybody you see on the TV screen, anybody you seen on this YouTube who has a mass following and enough money to keep that following going is backed by the kingmakers. And if you don't know who the kingmakers are, you need to either do your research or get the fuck off my channel. Point blank and period. I'm not here for the fuck shits. I'm not here to teach fools. I'm here to teach those who are willing to be taught. I'm here to explain the truth to those who are willing to learn. If you don't have no willingness to learn, that's what these were for. Okay? In your mind. That's what that unsubscribe button was for. So yeah. But back on topic, I need to know what that was. What was the actual estimation of what was spilled? Because, of course, we're going to know they're going to lie about it. I caught them up in the lie just looking it up. Because I was looking to share it on Snapchat. I was going to share this on Snapchat. I was going to share, not this. I was going to share the news stories on Snapchat. I was going to share the news stories on, maybe on YouTube. Certain channels, commenting. I was going to share the news story on Facebook, and I was going to share the news story on my Instagram. But it's hard to share a story when you don't know which one to share. Was it 150,000 gallons? Was it 600,000? Was it 600 gallons? I want to say 600,000 gallons because that's probably what about the motherfucking round of the number of what the fuck it was that spilled off the Galapagos Island, off the coast of San Cristobal. Okay. But I keep saying 600 gallons or 150,000 gallons because that's what I saw. Now, what I feel, it might have been between 600,000 and 650,000 gallons of crude oil that was spilled off the coast of San Cristobal and the Galapagos Islands to finish killing off some of the rarest creatures on this earth that cannot be found anywhere else on this planet. And if they are found anywhere else on this planet, they're escaping all type of motherfucking radiation and pollution in their motherfucking natural habitat. That's what they're doing. And I'm sorry for cursing, but I'm just so, I want to do things that I cannot say on this YouTube to people, okay, that are lying to us. Hopefully one day I will get a chance. Hopefully. I'm going to keep holding on to that hope. They talk about, what Kevin Blanch said, he's nonviolent. I feel you on that, Kevin. But me living the life that I've lived, all I've run into was violence and lies and treachery. So it's just a part of my nature. I don't, I'm not legally allowed to own a gun. That don't mean I ain't lawfully allowed to buy one off the street somewhere when I get the chance and enough money. And that don't mean I don't have other ways of protecting myself and other means of protecting myself, including my cousin. Come here. This is my cousin protector. You pull this right here, and it screams. Hold on, I'll show you. Three, two, one. So yeah, you pull that, it screams. You know, flash this thigh in the attacker's face. You know, and you'll be able to get away and fight another day. If you don't just want to, excuse my language, fuck his ass up then, because he has no business touching you in the first fucking place. He had no right. He didn't have your permission. So because of that, you know what I'm saying, you have the legal right to, you know what I'm saying, hand him the business, as they say. That's on you though. You know, that's on you. Me, I don't want to hurt just anybody, because not everybody deserves to be hurt, especially those who are hurting right now, who don't understand why they're hurting, who are attacking others because, you know, they don't know how to express the fact that they're hurting. Um, I want to hurt the ones who caused all of us to hurt. I want to hurt the ones who caused the earth to hurt. You know what I'm saying? I want to hurt them in more than one way. You know what I'm saying? I just need the right people with me. I mean, because I mean, you dealing, if you're dealing with the judges and the Maritime Admiralty Law Courts, you know, they gonna lock away the ones who were doing the harm when they were doing the harm too. Okay, how were they doing the harm? Let me explain it like this. Last year, I got stopped in Walmart for taking items that I didn't pay for. This is only my second offense in this area where I live in almost 10 years. Um, it was not over $300 worth of products. I was given a criminal felony. Um, and I was given 30 months conditional discharge. And I was made to pay a $1,400 fine, which I have to pay on monthly in increments. Somebody else here put their hands on somebody in my building, um, hurt her badly, and she has issues where if he had done some damage, it would have really hurt her. She has like kidney issues and stuff like that, like issues with her kidneys. Like, you know, nobody should be attacking her like that. And now they are in the same age group. He's a little younger than she is. Um, he got like 12 months of conditional discharge and time served and like a $500 fine. But he physically put his hands on somebody here. So they saying that to me, now the person who I'm talking about, that person worked for Walmart. And they're saying, and this person who was attacked, the person doing the attacking was a man. The person who was attacked was a woman. If he did anything that was a detriment to her life, she would have been gone in that instant. Right? She would have been gone. This is after I told her 3 months before that to leave this man alone. I told her to leave him alone. People don't listen to me. I wrote my high school exit paper on disasters. People don't listen to me. This was way back in 2007. I highly doubt the teacher who did the report, has the paper anymore. People don't listen to me. Okay? So, and now she said she's fine with the sentence and the ruling that he was given. I'm like, that's not enough for me. You're a whole human life. You know what I'm saying? So you saying the products that I took, you know what I'm saying, that was accused of taking and not paying for out of Walmart, you're saying those are more important in your life? Because that's exactly what the court system just did in this county. He should have been jailed for at least a year and a half. with good time. Maybe. Depending. No, 2.5 years with good time. Yep. That would work. And then he should have been made to pay $2,500. That's how I would have ruled. Because that's a human life. And I don't give a damn what a crime of passion is. He could think. That nigga could think. He could think. He thought his way into the motherfucking situation. He never left her alone. She was like, I don't want you here. I don't want you to leave me. I don't want you here with me. I want you to leave me alone. Can you just not come to my door? You know what I'm saying? But she still let him in at the same time. So she's definitely, you know what I'm saying, part of that too. Um, but even that all that being said, it still didn't give him a right to put his hands on her when she did nothing to, you know what I'm saying, initiate that attack. All she was trying to do was leave out of his apartment because she was at his door bringing him something, and he was like, he was arguing with this other girl in his apartment, and she was turning around to try and leave from in front of his door so that she would get pulled into it, and he came and out his door and got her and pushed her, guided her back into his apartment to make her tell the other woman that what the other woman thought was going on wasn't going on. Yeah. My neighbor who went through that this summer, all she was trying this summer, beginning of the fall, all she was trying to do was get out his apartment and go back to the safety of hers. Now she got this big ass patch of dead skin that she got to keep scraping at and whatnot on her leg. You know, the doctor don't even know what it is. The doctor did not do a biopsy of the tissue to see what was going on. Um, so yeah, they just, gave her some triple antibiotic and was like, okay, you rub it and you scrub. Okay, when you rub it and you wipe it and you clean it real good, and then what you do is you put the triple antibiotic on there, and then you put a band-aid on there. And then she went back and they gave her more triple antibiotic, and they said, okay, this time because the skin on top is becoming hard and not coming off, like, you know what I'm saying, some like keratinosis of the skin. That's or scleroderma, but it's not really scleroderma. Scleroderma is hardening of the skin, but that's when you don't have, like, you know what I'm saying, a sore or a wound associated with that. Keratinosis is when you have the wound in the skin and the wound hardens and it doesn't fall off. So that's what she was dealing with. So now they're telling her to scrape the top layer of the skin off and wash it with a rag, you know what I'm saying, and put, um, alcohol on it to sterilize it. And then put the antibiotic on there, the triple antibiotic on there. Well, I was like, okay, that'll work, but here's a bottle of, colloidal silver that I made. Which I still have a little bottle left. I gave one to her and I gave one to one of my other neighbors because my this neighbor that I go to all the time when I need food, she's always there for me if I need food, because I don't have enough because I can't work really, kind of. Well, no, I can't work. Let's be honest. I want to work. I want to go to school and get a skill. I have no support system to be able to do that. So right now, I am at the road of I can't work. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I can. I am trying. I'm working to find a way to get off of SSI so I don't have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, everything that goes on with SSI and how they take you through a whole bunch of, things that they don't need to take you through and whatnot. But at this moment, I don't have an out like that. Like, I mean, I could make colloidal silver, but I can't sell it to anybody because I'm not licensed. And even though the FDA doesn't sanction, you know what I'm saying, colloidal silver, these, statements have not been found to be true by the FDA. The FDA is not tested, blah, blah, blah. Whole bunch of other lies that you have to tell just to be, save your skin, you know what I'm saying, in dealing with homeopathic remedies and whatnot. Um, Even still, if you are trying to sell, like, anything, and you don't have a license, at least a seller's license, you can be taken to court by the FDA. Or, you know what I'm saying? So no. I'm not, I'm not trying to do that. What I want to do is I want to get more PET safe bottles, the plastic ones that, you can use for colloidal silver, and I want to give them out. And the people who bring them back, you know what I'm saying, they bring the bottles back for like a refill. I'll give them that, and maybe hopefully they could give me a donation, or maybe I could say there's a mandatory donation of, what I'm saying, $15 for this bottle, or what I'm saying, $8 for the small ones, or some shit, what I'm saying. And if you bring the bottle back, you get a discount on your next refill, So I'll give you a refill, and instead of paying like, $8.45 for the bottle, you pay like $4.15 for the colloidal silver, because I don't have to give you another bottle. You brought the bottle back. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that, But then, there'd be a whole lot of stuff to go with that. This video is already longer than what the fuck I wanted it to be. Excuse my language. Fuck you, Kappa. So I'm finna end it. And I talked about a whole lot of stuff because it's all connected, whether you can see the connection or not. The connection is there. All you got to do is work on what you know to expand your ability to understand in order to see the connection. And if you don't want to do that, that's not on me. Your blood is not on my hands because I explained it. I did what I was supposed to do. So yeah, I just had to jump on here for this video. I will be coming out with another video probably in the next couple days, talking about me being 1 in a billion. How I will explain in the video in the next couple days. And I also it's time for me to do another video about the colloidal silver, and I wanted to do a time-lapse video of the colloidal silver being made. Also, I watched videos on colloidal silver making, and there's a guy, I forget his name, but he does it. He makes the colloidal silver generator, and he puts what's called a resistor on there. And what the resistor does is it keeps the colloidal silver from the wires, the silver wires. It keeps them from collecting the macro silver crud when you're making the colloidal silver. It keeps it from getting into the machinations and bonding to the silver wires. So I wanted to look at that video again and find out more about the resistors and whatnot, and that video will be probably like more down the road as I learn more about colloidal silver and making it and stuff. Right now I'm just gonna do the time-lapse video of the colloidal silver being made, and how the macro silver particles are well, not acquired, are you see them collecting on at least one of the silver wires. So I thought that would be cool to share or whatnot. And I was going to share the process again of me pouring it into the funnel in with the coffee filter in there, and dust and soul and all that other good stuff. So I'm tired of talking, and I want to go get something to eat because I'm kind of hungry now. So yeah, let me get off of here. Y'all have a good night or a good day or wherever you are. You have good. Put good out there. Try and put some healing out there. Good and healing are not the same thing. Good energy is good energy. Doesn't mean it heals somebody. Just because you make somebody feel good doesn't mean you heal them. You may start the self-healing process in that person's self from them feeling good, but just because you release endorphins in the person's body doesn't mean that they're automatically healing themselves. Healing energy is a totally different energy. Healing energy doesn't make people feel good all the time. I mean, honestly, you might feel like poop. You might feel like the bottom of the barrel of the fuck shit of the valley of death, okay? And then before you fully healed, okay? Healing energy does what it needs to do. That's what it does. You might feel better after that, but you're not going to feel good while you're healing, okay? That's why I say I'm working on healing. I'm not healed yet. I am a damaged healer who is a damaged healer. Okay? Wrap your head around that one. All right, let me get off of here. I love you all. Bye to my new subs. Bye to everybody, my old subs. I'll see y'all later. Mwah.